Hello, sports fans. Welcome to the OU Football Preview Show. I'm Rick Heath, with me Mark Rogers, and we are at Cohiba Lounge here in Norman. Great place. Been here many times. What a fun place to be. Come watch your favorite sporting event, which now that we have football all year round, all week around, and we have Major League Baseball and NFL, so you can come watch any game you want. What you didn't want to watch was last Saturday. I rewrote the headline just in case they need that. Disaster in the Cotton Bowl.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Oklahoma played close early on. They got some turnovers at the beginning of the game that they couldn't take advantage of, and Texas is really good. Texas has got a good football team. They are strong in the offensive line. They've recruited well on defense also, and Oklahoma right now trying to find itself on offense.
The one thing about Texas is Sarkisian's got a really good offense.
Yeah.
It's well designed, unlike some offenses that we have seen up close personal here. It's well designed, and they have good offensive line. And, they may not have the best wide receivers, but they've got good enough skill positions. And the quarterback's doing a pretty good job of getting the ball to the right players at the right time, and that's the recipe for really a successful year.
Well, since 1999, I think OU's been pretty spoiled. They've had a lot of success in the Red River rivalry in that period of time, and Texas is now kind of taking advantage of Sark with a good coaching staff. They built the offensive line first. That group is all recruited out of high school. They played together, and that experience, I think, matters quite a bit. I think the receivers are really good. They've recruited well. They've also had some people come in the transfer portal. Isaiah Bond from Alabama is really good. Wingo out of high school, also very good. And so
he's a pretty good sized guy. I didn't realize he was that big.
He's incredibly fast.
Yes.
So you look at that, and Texas says they've done a good job. They've been well coached, and they've kind of taken a step forward in this rivalry. And you know what? They've taken a step forward in the SEC. I mean, it's not Oklahoma that they're beating. They're beating the best in college football.
And we'll find out more about that next Saturday when they play Georgia. But, hey, we're at Cohiba Lounge. Mark Rogers, Rick Heath from the Cohiba Lounge in Norman. Place you can come by and enjoy yourself at the Cohiba Lounge. We'll be right back. And it's amazing. You said if you're worried about things about your body that you may be feeling bad, or you have some things that you want to check out, go to Halo Body Scan on 3400 West Hefner Road in Oklahoma City. Skip the overpriced and endless test. Halo Body Scan offers one comprehensive body scan at a fair price and no pressure for extra tests. Take control of your health with Halo Body Scan. Find out about your body's health today. Give them a call, 477-1100. That's 405-477-1100.
Reveal the skin you've always wanted with Morpheus 8 at the new Laser Light. Combining the power of microneedling and radio frequency, Morpheus 8 stimulates collagen production to tighten, smooth, and contour your skin. It's a non-surgical solution for scars, wrinkles, and other blemishes, perfect for your face, neck, and body. Experience youthful, radiant skin with minimal downtime. Schedule your consultation today at the new Laser Light and discover a new you with Morpheus 8.
You are the most beautiful creation under the sun. Daily Informations. You are going to make Table 14 so happy. And you are being taken away. All right. At Neighborhood Jam, you deserve breakfast as beautiful as you. So start the day right with scratch-made favorites. Morning or midday, every day. Treat yourself to Neighborhood Jam. You're gonna taste just as good tomorrow.
Come see Paul at the Mattress Place. He is Sooner born and wants to take care of his fellow Oklahomans. The Mattress Place has a nice queen pillow top mattress starting as low as $299 and kings for only $399. They carry Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and much more. The Mattress Place has a large selection and fast delivery. Located between Penn and Western on Southwest 59th Street. Buy your groceries in your neighborhood, but buy your mattresses at the Mattress Place. And welcome back, OU Football Preview Show. Mark Rogers, Rick Heath from the Cohiba Lounge, where they will have this coming Saturday for OU and South Carolina. They will have Drew Estate Cigars and also Tito's Bloody Mary Bar here at Cohiba Lounge, and beer with 2-shot specials all day long against the Gamecocks here for South Carolina, and that will be a game we will get into in just a moment. But I want to go back. You had just mentioned that since 1999, OU hadn't had as bad an offense. Since that time.
Since World War II.
There you go.
Okay. The 98 offense wasn't very good. It was very limited, but that was at a time when college football was primarily a running. It was about running, and Jake Sills was the quarterback. Patrick Fletcher had a really good game. Brandon Daniels was the quarterback a little bit for that John Blake team. So it was based on rushing the football. But any way you look at it, there are so many metrics out here and so many numbers that this OU offense really, legitimately, is the worst. Since World War II.
And the thing I was going to say is that these players weren't even alive the last time this offense was this bad.
Right.
And for such a proud program, for having offense falling off this far, it's an embarrassment. Brent Venables came in. He's defensive coach. Okay. It's his third year now. He had a pretty good offense with Jeff Lebby. And that didn't carry over when Lebby left. Instead of putting somebody else back into place that could put in a competent offense, Seth Luttrell and Joe John Finley have yet to be able to prove that they are equal to the task of putting an offense on the field that can compete with the SEC.
Well, I think there's a multitude of reasons why it gets to this point. You have an offensive line that was, I think, not properly evaluated, and a lot of recruiting, maybe evaluation errors when it comes to money that was spent in the portal, and then based on what guys that they would want to recruit, they had some people tell them no. Then secondly, you've got two inexperienced quarterbacks. Jackson Arnold was the more experienced of the two, but not very much experience there. Then you have injuries at the wide receiver position where basically the top 5 players at a certain position on the roster aren't on the field. And if you have that at other places, that's going to take a massive toll. The receivers that are left on the OU roster are small. They can't help in the running game because they can't block downfield. They have a hard time beating bigger defensive backs to get open. And again, offensive coordination probably could be better. At this point, 6 games in the year, you want to find something we do well to try to maybe do some things that can benefit the offense in that way, but they really haven't found that either.
Well, and they had an off week before Texas, and you would hope that they would be able to coalesce some kind of offensive plan around what they do well, and at least to have some positives. They didn't have that on Saturday. Maybe that had something to do with Texas's defense. Maybe it's just all the combined. But if we go back, number one, as you said, let's just say the offensive line. Coach Bill Bedenbaugh was known as one of the best offensive line coaches. He's put numerous NFL tackles and players in place. But this is an utter failure so far this year. Okay. The second thing is.
Let me address that one, and then we'll go point by point.
Let's do that.
Okay. So Bill Bedenbaugh has blame in the evaluation process.
Yeah.
Okay. The guys that they brought in here, there's partial blame there. I think there's also partial blame if you look in the 2022 recruiting class. 2 players from high school, Jacob Sexton and Jake Taylor. Both of those guys are below average performers right now. They need to be better. And so Brady Sexton, I'm sorry, but that has to be. Then again, after this, how many scholarships does Bill have, and then how much money does Bill have to offer in NIL? That's a big. There's a lot of blame to go around. Even in that, I don't think firing Bill Bedenbaugh is the answer.
No, I don't either. I'm just saying he does have to reevaluate perhaps what he was doing.
Yeah.
Because he might have been handed a short hand, so to speak, without the money. And said, okay, you've got only X amount of money to go ahead and go out and get transfer portal guys or whatever. I'm going to spend most of it on defense because Demonic Williams, he costs a lot of money, and that's for the defensive line. Now, maybe that cost him a couple of transfers, who knows? The other thing I want to bring up is, when all this offensive inefficiency started, and it's inept. It's not even inefficient, it's just inept. Jackson Arnold was blamed. And there was a guy that blamed Jackson Arnold more than anybody else, and that was Brent Venables. All right, and so, hey, we got to get Jackson Arnold out there. We're going to get Michael Hawkins. Michael Hawkins is not ready for the SEC. That's just the bottom line. So now not only do we have a quarterback in Jackson Arnold that may have been able to progress through this, with his experience or lack thereof or whatever little bit he has. But now we have a freshman quarterback that's not ready for SEC, and he's going to continue to play him because he sees that's the best way forward. I don't agree.
Well, I haven't talked to anyone that feels like there's a big difference in the performance of the quarterbacks. I mean, Arnold was here the year before. You think, can you say that Jackson Arnold is definitively better than? I don't know that I can say that.
I don't know that he's definitively better, but I do know that when he was quarterback, even at the bowl game when they had the same guy, he had the better ability to deliver the ball where he needed to do. He might have had turnovers, but he was able to deliver the ball. When you can't throw the ball, I mean, right now I don't see Michael Hawkins being able. I mean, your co-host on TV, on radio, said that Michael Hawkins is having a struggle, and he's struggling big time right now.
Well, Jackson Arnold was definitely struggling also. I mean, the bowl game is a different animal. I mean, each team had players that were playing for the first time, and really bowl games now are hard to evaluate. But I think this year, Jackson Arnold was making tough decisions in the pocket where he was throwing interceptions. And hey, if he's the starting quarterback at Auburn, if there's one turnover on the Oklahoma side, that may be the difference in Auburn winning that game. I mean, that game was one play either way from a team winning and losing. So, Oklahoma did win that game, which gives them a chance to go to a bowl and have a winning record, or at least a 500 record this year.
If they beat South Carolina this weekend.
Quarterback issues to me are there's not a quarterback coach on this team. Matt Wells was an analyst and left. They brought in another analyst that is coached at Duke, and I think, okay, that's fine, but you need somebody that has a say in what the game plan is, trying to correct quarterback fundamentals that this staff just doesn't have. They'll correct that at the end of the year. It's a major mistake from the head coach to, I think, put himself in this position, because I think Seth is a capable guy. Coached under Mike Leach, coached under Kevin Wilson. He's been a head coach in college football with a successful team, and it's just something that didn't fit. And
something is not working now, and we don't know exactly what that is. Hey, we are at Cohiba Lounge here in Norman. Great place to come watch your favorite sporting event. Have a great Tito's Bloody Mary bar here next Saturday, or come by on Saturday and enjoy all of the fun things that are happening on the OU South Carolina game next Saturday. We'll be right back with more. If you're worried about things about your body that you may be feeling bad, or you have some things that you want to check out, go to Halo Body Scan on 3400 West Hefner Road in Oklahoma City. Skip the overpriced and endless test. Halo Body Scan offers one comprehensive body scan at a fair price and no pressure for extra tests. Take control of your health with Halo Body Scan. Find out about your body's health today. Give them a call, 477-1100. That's 405-477-1100.
Reveal the skin you've always wanted with Morpheus 8 at the new Laser Light. Combining the power of microneedling and radio frequency, Morpheus 8 stimulates collagen production to tighten, smooth, and contour your skin. It's a non-surgical solution for scars, wrinkles, and other blemishes, perfect for your face, neck, and body. Experience youthful, radiant skin with minimal downtime. Schedule your consultation today at the new Laser Light and discover a new you with Morpheus 8.
You are the most beautiful creation under the sun. Daily Gemformations. You are going to make Table 14 so happy. And you are being taken away. All right. At Neighborhood Jam, you deserve breakfast as beautiful as you. So start the day right with scratch-made favorites, morning or midday, every day. Treat yourself to Neighborhood Jam. You're gonna taste just as good tomorrow.
Come see Paul at the Mattress Place. He is Sooner born and wants to take care of his fellow Oklahomans. The Mattress Place has a nice queen pillow top mattress starting as low as $299 and kings for only $399. They carry Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and much more. The Mattress Place has a large selection and fast delivery. Located between Penn and Western on Southwest 59th Street. Buy your groceries in your neighborhood, but buy your mattresses at the Mattress Place. And welcome back, OU Football Preview Show. Rick Heath Mark Rogers here from the Cohiba Lounge. Let me tell you about a great place if you're needing footwear. Brown Shoe Fit here in Norman. Great place for ladies. They have all the best styles, the most popular and famous brands here at Brown Shoe Fit. Men, they have dress shoes, plus outdoor shoes and winter wear. And for the kids, they have everything that they need to get them through school this year at Brown Shoe Fit on Main Street next to Hobby Lobby in Norman. The defense was just okay against Texas. Okay. Now, and right now, the best I can look at the OU defense, I mean, it's been good, but it's just okay in the SEC. I mean, it's what, 9th or 10th rated, kind of in the middle rated defense for OU. But it's keeping them in the game enough, and it got some turnovers against Texas that if they could have just done anything on offense, it might have changed the momentum of the game, especially in the first and second quarter.
Well, I'll make a case for the defense. If you look at Texas, they went to Michigan and won. They didn't face much of a challenge from Michigan when Texas was on defense. But the Michigan defense has got players that are going to be drafted pretty high in the first round, at least 2 on the front 7 at Michigan. Oklahoma's defense I thought was good in the game. I thought it was good enough that if the offense could have done some things, defense got a turnover early in the ball game. They could have had another turnover near the end of the first half. Going into halftime, talking about a game that's 7-3 at that point in time, if they can recover a fumble or force the fumble out of bounds for a touchback. The defense is, I think it's better than average. I think it's going to be, at the end of the year, it's going to be a top 6 SEC defense, which is saying something because you got a lot of really good defensive teams.
That would be a very good step forward for them if they could get that way, Mark.
But again, we can throw out all these offensive numbers that are, again, offense we're saying is the worst since World War II. On the defensive side of the ball, you have to go out and play with a lot of effort, a lot of determination, and when you see that the offense isn't going to score, at some point in time, you get tired. The offense isn't able to possess the football, therefore the defense is out there for more plays, and you have to judge that, I think, a little bit on a curve. I think the defense is still playing well. I loved Eli Bowen.
He had a great game. He had really a great game as a freshman, as anybody.
He wasn't expected to be in the mix at the cornerback position. He's a true freshman. Gentry Williams, I think, was the best cornerback coming in, but he's been unable to play because of a shoulder injury. And so I think that's a huge sign is that Eli Bowen has come in. He's a sure tackler. He's a little bit undersized, but he's playing good.
He's playing well. The guy that's only playing okay is Stutzman. He's
high
just
expectations. I thought he was better this week than he'd been in the last couple of weeks. He was out there for a bunch of plays. Kip Lewis wasn't out there for many plays, I think, based on how Texas was lining up against Oklahoma because they have a lot of receivers, so sometimes you're going to have more nickel and dime personnel out there on the field. I still think the defense, to me, played adequately. The defense should shine against South Carolina this week. I think you're playing a team that is got a mobile quarterback that is not bad on offense, but I think this is where you need the defense to step up.
And this is where they have to, because I got to be honest with you, this may be the last chance OU gets to win an SEC game.
Hey,
I mean, because they're not going to be favored in any of them.
Okay, it looks really tough. You're right. Missouri, I think, is a team that OU could beat. But no one is so much better than Oklahoma. Oklahoma just played the toughest team on their schedule.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
I agree.
mean, Georgia is not on the schedule. Alabama has defensive issues. LSU, that's probably a tough game, but they have some defensive issues
Ole
as well.
Miss, Ole Miss is going to be tough down there.
Ole Miss has lost twice.
Yeah, it's not like they can't get beat.
Right. I'm just saying, you're right. They're going to be underdogs.
Yeah, they're going to be underdogs.
Doesn't mean they can't win one. They need to win one more game.
Where they need to start? They need to start this Saturday.
This Saturday.
They need to start this Saturday.
This Saturday would clinch that. And then South Carolina is almost a mirror image of Oklahoma. They're very good when it comes to sacks, tackles for loss. They're basically tied with Oklahoma in terms of the NCAA stats there. So they're good on defense with some NFL personnel up front. But they are turnover prone. They commit a lot of penalties. And so that's, I think, a perfect recipe for the OU defense to make some plays to win this game at home.
I agree. We are at Cohiba Lounge here in Norman. Mark Rogers, Rookie. We'll be right back. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to get the rest of the game. OU. And welcome back. Final segment, OU football preview show. Mark Rogers, Ricky from Cohiba Lounge. where on Saturday you can come and enjoy all the festivities here at Cohiba Lounge. They're going to have cigar specials. They're going to have a Tito's Bloody Mary bar, and they're going to have a shot special all day long. So you can come in and help celebrate what could be an OU victory on this Saturday.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you got to think that if you're an OU fan, you got to hope. Okay, they
OU's
should win
favorite.
at home. They should win at home.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you just said these two teams mirror each other. Offenses are iffy, defenses are fairly solid. With that, you would think it could be a turnover type game, maybe a defensive struggle. How do you see this game Saturday kind of unfurling?
Well, OU's been really good at forcing turnovers. South Carolina has been very good at turning it over. So I think that's a big key in the game. They've also are a team that's penalized a ton. They've got a freshman quarterback, and so the quarterback experience, which was heavily in favor of Texas, is not a negative to Oklahoma in this game. You've got the home crowd, and I think this is going to be a big test on what the morale is for the team. Can Brent, which I think one of his strengths is to relate to the team, can he get these guys to come home and rally in face of a tough schedule that's ahead to win this game? And I feel confident that this is a really good spot for OU.
I do too. I think that coming back home in front of the home fans, they were as disappointed as anybody in that performance against Texas, and so coming home and having the buoyancy of 85,000 plus, home fans and being at home. 11 o'clock game, it's one of those 11 a.m. games you don't really want, but hey, right now they'd just soon go play tomorrow. They want to be out there and kind of wash that bad taste out of their mouth.
Well, I think an 11 o'clock game is difficult on the road team also. So it's the first one of the year that's early, but I think they'll respond well.
And so I look at this. Brent was asking in his press conference, did he consider bringing Jackson Arnold back in? And his question was a very curt no.
Well, it was no after the game, and I think that was the right answer. But in the press conference, it was maybe a little bit different.
Yeah.
When he talked about two quarterbacks, and it's not ideal to do that, but he would consider it. He's got some very choppy waters to navigate there because you're talking about both of these quarterbacks were very highly recruited. You don't want to lose them both in the offseason. I still think Jackson Arnold has a chance to be a really good quarterback, as does Michael Hawkins. So you have to be careful not to alienate one or the other in this situation. And then you have Casey Thompson, who we know can complete passes. I mean, we've seen it at a high level in Division I, and I know he wants to play. So it's not a good time. You better be comfortable with making some tough calls.
Well, and that's why he gets paid the big bucks, Brent Venables.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if Jackson Arnold is not brought in, and Casey Thompson is, and there's no injury, you can say bye-bye to Jackson Arnold right there, if he's not already gone.
That's fair. But if Casey Thompson is brought in and leads the team to a win, that makes everything better. Because I still think you play every week for the guys on this team. You can manage the future with some psychological. Everybody's still on edge no matter what. So,
hey, real quickly, we have three big games in the SEC.
I can snap call these. Give them to me.
All right there. Alabama, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Arkansas, LSU at Arkansas. And I've got Georgia at Texas. I got Georgia. All right. Well, I thought I was going to get you. I thought you were going to get Texas.
Georgia is the most balanced team. Texas has not faced a team that can run and throw. Georgia is elite at doing both of those, and they struggled this year, but this is a big motivation game for Georgia. I think they get up and play well.
I think they win too. And my prediction for OU is 21-17 OU.
All right, I like it.
There we go. All right, that's going to do it for this week's show. I appreciate it. For the OU football preview show for Mark Rogers, I'm Rick Heath. We'll see you next time.